America is deeply divided.
I just don't feel that Trump is really our voice.
Democrats try to divide us as a country.
Some say it's President Trump polarizing the US.
Very fine people on both sides.
I've never heard of a good Nazi.
Others blame his predecessor.
The parties started making the divisions along racial lines.
Can these divides be bridged?
We don't want to understand each other anymore.
So why is there so much discord in today's America? To look at some of those divisions, we're going to take you on the shortest road trip to explain American politics. We begin in the city of Memphis, home to Elvis Presley and the blues. Here, like in most parts of America, there are three sides to the divide: rural, urban and suburban. So let's start with urban and meet Hope Claiborne, who's a nurse by day and a singer by night.
We are kind of a lower economic class majority of the population here. So access to things such as health care and education and jobs are my biggest issues.
The state of Tennessee, where Memphis lies, voted for Donald Trump in 2016, the red on the map here. But downtown Memphis, where Hope lives, went for Hillary Clinton. That's in keeping with a political trend where densely populated areas lean Democrat.
And when I'm thinking of Republicans, is not as open-minded, as not as accepting of people from different races or different cultures.
Memphis is where Martin Luther King was assassinated. It was a majority white city in 1950. Today, it's majority black. President Trump says things are better for African Americans under his presidency. Do you agree with that?
Not really. We're coming from a culture that has been put down. My mom went to a segregated high school, picked cotton instead of go to school, and I'm one generation after that. We still have a lot to go, and I just don't feel that Trump is really our voice in the world.
But you don't have to go far to find a different view. Atoka's the second stop on our road trip. A short 30 miles away, the demographics are very different. It's wealthier and more white. This is where we meet guitar shop owner Jim Adams.
It was mostly farmland for a long time, and then of course became residential once Memphis became a little more dangerous.
Why do you think people in rural areas were drawn to Donald Trump?
Because of the direction that the liberals have taken in the larger cities. And I think they feel like they have been pushed out of their voice. They identify with what Trump is saying, what Trump is doing, because he pushes back.
Donald Trump won big in Atoka. And across America, he got a higher share of the rural vote than any Republican candidate in recent times.
Democrats have weaponized women, they've weaponized race, tried to divide us as a country.
Do you think race is an issue in today's America?
I don't think it's as big a deal as it was in the 60s, no. Race is played by politicians. Race doesn't affect me, race doesn't affect most of the people I know.
Jim and Hope reflect the split between rural and urban ideals on many issues.
I have the right to protect myself.
Who needs an assault rifle? Do you hunt a deer with an assault rifle?
We have guns to protect ourselves not only from violent criminals, but from our government.
Literally your next door neighbor, could have a whole arsenal in their house.
That's all right.
But there's another perspective and another stop on this short road trip, and that's to suburban America. We brought you to these streets because they're key when it comes to explaining America's political map. More than half of the country lives in the suburbs, which makes them a crucial but also unpredictable battleground. We're in Cordova, 20 miles from both Atoka and downtown Memphis. We've come to meet Dee at her grandson's football game. Who did you vote for?
Who did I vote for? I voted for Trump.
How do you think he's doing so far?
I cringe a lot of times because I think, please, do you have to say that? But I do feel like he is promoting my conservative values.
Dee, you voted for both Barack Obama and Donald Trump.
First term I did. I voted for Barack Obama. Voting for him was kind of the full circle of this is what you fought for. Martin Luther King, this is what you gave your life for.
And for Dee, the jury's still out on whether she'd vote for Donald Trump again.
I've got to see some more growth in the economy. I've got to see him do more of what he says he's going to do.
And
In a country of so many voices, American values mean different things to different people. But it all does come down to just wanting a better life.
Whether you're in the city, whether you're in a rural area, or you're in a deep country, or you're in a swampland, a lot of people have the same concerns.
In the end, you know, blood is red and you're hurt, I'm going to be there for you.
We do have to find resolve. We do have to have discussions that, you know, a lot of people don't want to have.